We finally have a pay-per-view. Fortunately, it's a shitty pay-per-view.
It's dog shit. It's gotten way worse too, man. I mean, this pay-per-view, you have I'm thinking it's Lauren Murphy
Versus
on the main card versus Andrade.
Andrade.
Andrade can be kind of fun sometimes, but dude,
Lauren
Lauren
Murphy, like,
Murphy,
fuck her.
come on, get her off the fucking main card. She should be on the early prelims of a Dana White Contender Series, in my
Yeah.
opinion. But you also have Johnny Walker versus Paul Craig, which is going to be a fun
That's a good
fight.
fight. That's a good
It's a good
fight.
fight. And then you have, I don't know who else is on the main card, but I think it's Burns and Magny. And here's the thing. I'm worried that Magny is going to stink it up and make it boring because, in my opinion, Neil Magny is the most boring fighter in the UFC next to Sean Brady. He's extremely boring. I think Neil Magny is probably my least favorite fighter to watch in the UFC. I'd rather watch Sean Brady wet blanket than Neil Magny knee to the thigh up in the clinch.
I
So
don't know about
I
that.
can't stand Neil Magny fighting. And I'm worried that he's just going to hold Burns up against the fence. That's it. That's my only worry, that it's just going to hold him up against the fence. I think Burns beats him. I think Burns beats him by decision. Maybe Burns could submit him or TKO him. Neil Magny is a long reach, though. He's going to be hard to beat. And he can win. He has the most wins ever at welterweight. So that's going to be a sort of interesting. It's just Neil Magny. I fucking hate the guy. So as hype as Gilbert Burns is, the fact that he's fighting Neil Magny, just like Burns is going to walk out and it's going to be awesome. Then Neil Magny is going to walk out and you're going to be like, fuck this. Why do we even give a fuck about it? You know what I mean? So the next fight is Brandon Moreno versus Figueiredo, which should be fun. To me, I mean, I really am not that hyped for it. I was more hyped to see Strickland and Imavov than I am to see Brandon Moreno and Figgy. 100%.
I'm
The next thing is Jamal Hill and Glover.
I'm hyped for
And I think that'll be a fun fight. I'm picking Glover to win in the first or second round by submission.
interesting.
So
So
I'm looking forward to it, but I'm going to stream it. There's no way I'm buying this shit.
No, yeah, same. What I have to say is Gilbert Burns versus Neil Magny. I got Gilbert Burns by knockout in the first 2 rounds. I think he knocks out the fraud, or the most boring fighter in the UFC. I wouldn't say he's a fraud. I mean, we kind of know who he is, but like the most boring fighter in the UFC. I think Burns just completely knocks him out. I think he's gonna do some explosive strike and just get in the inside and just knock him out completely. Moreno versus Figueiredo. I mean, dude, I don't know if I'm excited for that because, like, like it's the fourth fight. Like we know like how it goes. Like, I mean, we don't know
We've
how
seen
it
it
goes. We
all.
go either way, but like we like what are they going to bring to the table that they didn't bring in the past? You know what I mean? It's going to be identical to at least one of the fights. So it's just like it's just not entertaining me at all. I think Marino will probably win the fight.
Same.
He's the younger fighter. Figueiredo is 35 now. He just had a finger surgery. Yeah, that's not like a big deal, but Marino's been more active though, nonetheless. He just had a great win. I know he doesn't have the same coaching as he did against like you got a new coach, you got James Krause, new coaching stuff, but he got obviously the whole situation with him. So yeah, I don't think he's gonna be in his corner anymore, but I think he did still learn a lot from that coaching tree. And I think he's gonna put that, and I think he's gonna be a bit better than he was in the last fight. I think Figueiredo's gonna be a bit worse, and I think he's gonna probably win, probably by a decision. I don't think he's gonna finish Figueiredo. Figueiredo's tough. Would I be surprised if Figueiredo wins? No, obviously, because literally it's 1-1 and one.
Yeah, I mean,
You can't be surprised with either outcome.
yeah.
But main event, walk
Glover and
Glover
Jamal.
versus Jamal Hill. I think that's gonna be a really fun fight. I think the more it goes by, the more that time I could see it going a couple ways. I can seeing it being similar to a Yuri versus Glover fight. Besides the fact that I don't know if Jamal Hill could do what Yuri did at that last 30 seconds, but I just mean in terms of just being a war. I think both
Yeah.
these guys would be willing to go for war, go into war, obviously, as we know. So I could see it being a complete absolute war and one of the best fights of the year, maybe the best fight of 2023. But I can also see Gilbert Glover
Glover.
in the first 2 rounds just because he's gonna just way better grappler than Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill hasn't really demonstrated good jujitsu.
He's training with Anthony Smith, though.
Well, I don't know if it'll really make a difference, to be
Yeah,
honest.
it's not gonna.
But
I mean, I mean, like he's training with Smith, Glover's old punching bag, right? Shouldn't that
yeah,
make
like
a difference?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, he should just tell what's his name? I'm blanking. He should probably just tell Jamal Hill to do the absolute opposite that he did. You know what I mean? And then he'd have a chance. But
Yeah.
no, I could see Glover submitting in the first 2 rounds. I can see Anthony. I think I can see Jamal Hill knocking him out in the first 2 rounds, and I can also see it going into being an absolute war. What will I predict? I think it's going to be a war, and I think Glover will be on top. That's my prediction.
I think that Glover's gonna
Glover
take
by
him down. I
decision.
think Glover finishes him as soon as he gets him down. I really do. I mean,
I
I
think
think
he
that
must
Yuri
have
has
gotten better.
talent. I think Yuri's more talented than Jamal. I think when it comes to just MMA in general, his mindset, just scrambling, just fighting through bad positions. I think Yuri's one of a kind, and Jamal is great on the feet. But I just think that when he gets taken down by Glover, he has never, not once in his life, fought anyone with the skill of Glover Teixeira on the ground. The one time he's fought a guy with submission skills, he got submitted in the first round by Paul Craig. Since then, he's
He
fought
must have learned
Thiago, who,
since then, though. He must have really nailed that down, though. That's what we got
yeah,
to.
but the thing is, Paul Craig didn't even like take him down. Paul Craig submitted
No,
him on the feet,
that was
dragged him down.
pathetic. That was
He has
pathetic.
never fought anyone with the grappling wrestling of a Glover Teixeira, and I think he's fucked. I really do. I think he's going to get finished within the first 2 rounds unless he lands a KO early, and I don't see that happening.
What if he cuts him up Glover up early?
If he cuts him up early, it's Glover's going to take him down.
I don't I
Glover
just,
Glover doesn't get KO'd like that. Like Glover got knocked out way back in the day, and Yuri Prohaska was landing on him for 5 rounds. Glover Teixeira is not just going to get knocked out with one punch. Like we
no.
don't
I mean,
see
I
that
don't mean
happen.
knocked out. I mean like,
Yeah.
what if he like hurts him like a couple times, gets
I think he could, but Glover. My thing is Glover takes him down. He's so good at mounting people. He mounted
so
Yuri, and
strong.
Yuri got out of it. Yuri pulled off the impossible.
He's literally a bear, Glover. You know,
Yeah, he's literally a bear, like the Brazilian bear. I mean, I think he's gonna mount Jamal and just beat him up until he gets the back and then submit him. I think Jamal Hill has no chance to beat. He has a decent chance. I mean, I just I just don't see it. He's not well rounded enough. And
no.
he's not this like killer on the feet. He's the guy who likes to brawl and he's got a
Explosive. He's
long reach, but
explosive.
that's not championship caliber. Glover Teixeira is actually pretty good.
Oh, he's
And
very good, and
yeah.
I'm picking Glover to win. Like
Yeah, I know. I agree. I agree.
I
I
just
mean,
think I just think it I think it could be a 5 round fight. I think it can go the distance though, you know?
I
Because
think if it gets into the later rounds, I start to even favor Jamal just by having more time on the feet. I don't think it. Here's the issue. In order to make it to the later rounds with Glover, when you're a striker, you have to get out of bad positions on the ground. I don't
before you're
see,
sweaty and stuff, yeah.
but I just don't see Jamal like getting mounted and surviving. I think he gets finished in those positions.
Yeah, no, I mean, another thing I just remembered is that they booked it kind of little, it's a little more of a short notice fight. So maybe Jamal Hill isn't
Yeah,
preparing that much for a fighter like Glover. So maybe
yeah.
that will actually that will really affect him because you need like a longer training camp for like a grappler like that, you know, to even stand a chance. So maybe
I
that'll,
think he's fucked, man. I really do.
yeah, I do. I think Glover's gonna win. I'm gonna be
This
picking,
should be this should be like way more stacked. Glover. I mean, come on. They couldn't.
dude, I'm actually
I
so
wish they
hyped
just
for that fight.
combined the Brazil card with the Perth card. Like,
Or
just
even
make it
or
one
even put
card.
Strickland and Amavov on that, you know?
They
Imagine.
should have done something like that. I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna watch. There's some decent fights, but I want to look at the prelims really quickly, and I, I'm just gonna scour through the prelims. Let's see, UFC 283 prelims. I'm gonna see. We have Gregory Rodriguez, Thiago Moises, Khamzat's boy pulled out of the Thiago Moises fight, Garam Kutaledze. This card is pure dog shit.
It's a bunch of guys who are from the prelims fighting on the main
This
card.
card's actually trash.
Damn.
This is one of the worst cards worst pay-per-views. This might be the worst pay-per-view of all time.
Maybe. There's
Damn, dude. This could be one of the worst pay-per-views
Paul
ever.
Craig, Johnny Walker. I'm actually kind of excited for, honestly.
That's yeah, but look at the prelims after the main card. It's just disgusting.
Almeida's fighting.
Yeah, Almeida's fighting. He'll be okay, but like
McKinney's fighting.
McKinney,
Terrence McKinney, yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I think he is.
I don't see him anywhere. He's
I
not
think
on this card, bro.
it says he is
Wait, are you on the UFC website?
on the ESPN app. Is that just like
Wait, let me see. UFC 283. I got to go UFC 283. Let's go to the actual. Okay, here we go. Is he actually on this? Then that'll be interesting. Um. Oh yeah, he is.
that
He
should be on
is.
the main event? Why is that not on the main event over fucking Jessica Andrade?
Like, okay, I mean, it's still
But
trash, but
she's
like,
from Brazil, so I mean I don't
you know,
know.
some of these should be interesting. I feel like it's going to be a fun card, but it's not stacked. I wouldn't say it's the worst pay per view ever, but it's definitely not that good. If you replace Gilbert Burns with like a Shavkat, then we're talking a different card. But Neil Magny stinks it up
Why didn't they put Shavkat versus Neal on this card? That's what I don't understand.
because the UFC is fucking. They don't know what they're doing, man.
Dude,
And
imagine Shavkat Neal on this card. That would be perfect.
but the thing is, I mean, Neil pulled out with an injury. He couldn't fight on last night's fight night. So
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
you know what? It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I mean, I'm not gonna have
I'm
a
excited
great
for
time
Glover.
predicting
I'm
these
excited
fights,
for the
though.
Glover fight the most for sure. You know,
Yeah,
because
same.
I could just see that going so many different ways. You know what I mean? Like we truly don't know what to expect until the night. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we really don't.
With any Glover fight, that's the thing about Glover that's so entertaining. Same with Jamal Hill too. You know, you never know what
Jamal
to
Hill is
expect.
entertaining, man.
Same with Yuri. Like that's what's so entertaining about those three light heavyweights. Like you
Yeah,
never know what you're gonna get with them. You know, like Glover, you can get a situation like a Jan Blachowicz, but at the same time, Glover fight can go to be an absolute war. You know what I mean? Or he can
yep,
just beat up somebody for 5 rounds. Like he beat up fucking. I mean, not didn't he stop Anthony Smith, right?
yeah. He beat him up, stopped him in the
Yeah, or it
third.
can be like that. I just think that both these guys are super entertaining. So I think whatever happens, it's going to be super entertaining. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the McKinney fight. To be honest, I think McKinney's going to get a.
I think the fight I'm excited for the most is Paul Craig and Johnny Walker.
But one of the thing about that fight though, Paul Craig could just be doing some of his bullshit of just like laying on the ground and like you know what I mean, like waiting to get like for like a submission and like so he may do some bullshit. So I don't know if that'll be that.
I don't mind that. I feel like Paul Craig getting a submission is fun. Like I
But
don't
I don't.
mind
But
that.
if he doesn't get the submission, it'll just be boring then. The rest of the fight.
I think Johnny Walker knocks him out cold if he doesn't have a good position on the ground. That's why I think it's a fun fight because the way I see it is Johnny Walker, 6'6", athletic, extremely powerful, dynamic. I feel like he's gonna knock Paul Craig out cold, but can Paul Craig find a submission out of nowhere? That's what I want to see.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of. I mean, dude, not, like nonetheless, it's still entertaining fight.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not that. I'm Terrence McKinney. I think is the one I'm excited for besides the main event.
He's fighting a
Gilbert Burns,
can though.
yeah, dude. Because so we're gonna see him fucking knock him out.
Yeah, we're gonna see him get a KO.
Dude, you know he's only a minus 125
Yeah.
favorite in that
You know,
fight.
I'm gonna be real, bro. I'm almost more excited for Lauren Murphy versus
And,
Andrade than I am for Moreno and Figgy.
dude, I don't know about that. I'm
Yeah, I
more
don't know about
excited.
that, but like, bro, I'm gonna be real, dude. I mean,
I
this
just don't
Figgy
care for
Moreno
that
fight,
fight, to
like,
be honest.
come on, man.
Like even if it's good, like who cares? These guys have fought 4 times. Like it's just like it's not like oh, I want to see another war of Figurino versus
It'll
Marine.
be fun when these guys are getting in the cage and walking out. It'll be entertaining,
I mean,
and
when
it's in Brazil, so the fans are gonna be getting behind Figgy
yeah,
and
but dude,
Glover
it's just like
and Burns. The fans are gonna be getting behind all the Brazilians.
I just think when we're like for that fight, like it's just kind of like any outcome it goes, like we'll be like, oh, we could have just watched the first fight. Oh, we could have just watched the second fight. Oh, we could have watched the third fight. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it just being a fourth fight, it just makes it so much less entertaining. But yeah, nonetheless, I'm definitely excited though to finally have a pay-per-view.